is Stanley Miller. I work at the Bethlehem Steel here, and I'm a repairman. And these engines are run by the blast gas coming off the blast furnace. They are, that's the main gas feeding explosion for them. And when we have to start them up, we also use coke gas or natural gas to help the BTUs higher so they can explode and get the engine started. They are also an water-cooled engine. And they have an inlet valve and exhaust valve. The inlet valves are on top of the engine. The exhaust valves are in the pit below the cylinder.
How is the power transmitted from the pistons?
How is the power transmitted from the pistons?
Right, the pistons fire. What cycle do the pistons fire? 2-cycle or 4-cycle?
It's a 2-cycle.
2-cycle.
They explode, and they compress, and they explode again.
Okay. Where does the power go after the pistons explode? Is there a central crankshaft? Or?
A central crankshaft, that's right. And it has a flywheel that is approximately 30 tons.
And the flywheel provides the power for the blower. How does the blower operate on the engines? It will blow the air into the blast furnaces.
Pistons are driving a crosshead onto another two shafts that are driving another crosshead across the back end of the engine. And this crosshead is throwing a piston back there that is producing I don't remember what the amount of footage of air that is doing, but it's really exploding a lot of air over to the blast furnace.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Lance.
Mr. Miller, what's the weight of the flywheels at the armature car right there behind us?
The flywheel is 100 tons, and the armature is 50 tons.
50 tons. Can you point out on the engine right here what different parts are and how they operate?
The valves are taken into the gas. Opposite of that is the valve. Exhaust valve. The gas pit, right in the pit. Discharge the gas into the boiler.
Okay. What's underneath these covers here?
A web, a connecting rod, and a crosshead.
A crosshead. That's underneath the covers.
It's underneath the covers.
How are the engines controlled, regulated, the power? How do they regulate the speed and the power of the engines?
They regulate with the gas and a regulator.
Like a distributor, sort of?
What's that again?
Like a distributor, sort of?
Like a distributor, yeah. Go fast, and then they will not move at that amount of speed.
Okay. When were these engines last run? Right here.
2 years ago.
Why were they shut down?
They were shut down because they didn't need the electricity.
What took their place?
Generator. Steam generator.
Steam generators. All the repair work was done right here. All the repair work was done by the crews who work right here.
That is correct. We had 7-man gang. We had round-the-clock repairmen.
How much oil to take to lubricate one of these engines?
They estimate I think there's 55-gallon barrels at 7 or 8 barrels.
Is there a certain reservoir which feeds the oil to the engines? In other words, where is the sump on this engine? Is there an oil sump on them?
It's in the cellar.
In the cellar.
In the cellar. It comes up by a pump, and it's forcing the oil through the engine, going through the frame, through the shaft, coming across from the left to the right on a twin engine, and it's circulating through those holes that are made for oil circulation engine.
Okay. What grade oil do you use?
We have two types of oils. One is an engine oil and also a silver oil. Our silver oil is heavier oil, which is used for the engine itself to operate. The engine oil is used for lubrication of the cylinder and the slow moving parts.
Okay. Lost my train of thought here. Where does the water come from, sir?
The water is come from the river, and it's coming through under pressure. I don't remember, I don't know how the pressure is not right.
But it's drawn from the Lehigh River.
It was at one time. They may have changed it, and when we're using a closed system water.
Okay. Have you ever had any major problems with the engines?
There's only one time that I remember a major problem with an engine was number 7 that tanking rod had broken, and through the crosshead, the crosshead had broken, and through the crosshead out into the fella's change up with changeover.
Wow.
And it happened at around 9 o'clock, and it did not hurt anyone.
Great.
It was at a time when everybody was fear of washing up that time.
How do you start these engines up and how do you shut them down? What procedure do you go through both those processes?
I'll have to repeat that question.
All right. How do you start the engines up? What process do you go through to start them up? And what process do you go through to shut them down?
Well, as a repairman, I had nothing to do with starting them up or shutting them down.
Okay.
The repairmen took care of the engines, and the operators were the main source of running the engines and taking care of the lubrications that it was running and its oil system. All I can say is they had to start them up. They used air, high pressure air, 240 pounds of pressure, generated by our own pumps that are in our own plant, our own shop, and we had to take care of them also and repair.
Right. Then they start them up like a pressed air and feed the furnace gas in, and they get it going. Is that how it was done?
That's correct. The air pressure started the engine, then we added the gas and get the combustion mixture correctly, and then once it starts firing, it would start up, and we would shut the air down, and that would be the starting of the engine.
Where do you get your repair parts from?
Our repair parts came from other shops that we had sent them out. The first shop that I recall when I first started was like a number 6 shop.
Number 6 machine shop.
Number 6 machine shop, and then they had closed down and they moved everything over to number 2 machine shop.
Okay. Do you cannibalize the engines for parts? You take the parts from one engine now to keep the other